with TestNG. So I'll just start it over there. So what are the specific annotations we have in TestNG extra compared to the JUnit? So I'll create a new package for you. Can't finish. This is my class. Understanding TestNG. Annotations I'll just give. So I don't want my main function as usual. Then I'll click on finish. So I got it. So here, right now, what are the annotations we have over here? So first, as usual, first we'll go with the test method. So we'll have public void method 1. I'll just give. Okay. Then I'll just give CISO test of method 1. I'll just give. So this one I'll make it as test. So and then I'll need to import it. So the test class, so which is coming from the TestNG annotation. So we already on the day we have seen how to import that TestNG. So if you want to get that TestNG over there, you have to go to the Eclipse, help Eclipse marketplace, and then you can install the TestNG. Okay, you can find it over here, TestNG, and then if you install, TestNG will be installed. Then after that, if you want to add that inside your library, inside your project, if you want to add it, what you have to do, we'll see. So here, if you search with TestNG, you will get the TestNG. You can install that. So then once you have got it, right click, go to build path, add libraries. Then you will have TestNG here. You can add the TestNG here. Once you add it, you will be getting a library like this, where you will have your respective jar files for TestNG. Okay, so have the test method, then method 2, then method 3. So these things for my easier way, I'll move it here. So this is method 3. So 3 methods I have. So now if I run it, right click, run as TestNG test. TestNG test. Prints me method 1, test method 1, method 2, and then method 3. So then in the results, if you see method 1, method 2, method 3, so total number of runs, see, is only 1. There are 3 methods over there. All the 3 methods are passed. There are no failures, and then there are no skipped over here. Okay. So Selenium 07 November is the package. Class name is understanding test annotations. And then the test case name is method 1, method 2, method 3. Okay. Same as like our JUnit. Here, what are the annotations we have? We'll see. So we'll see here. If I come down, can you see these are the annotations? So we have seen @test. We have to see what is @before method and then after method. So I'll have this. I'll copy this. Next is after method. So I'll just copy this. My before method I'll just give simply for my usage. Is my after method. I'll import from the TestNG annotations both the things. Before method printing. After method printing. Now if I run it, see my execution result. See, before method printing, test method 1. After method printing, before method, test method 1, test method 2, after method, before, test, after method. That is, each and every, for every test case, the before and after method has been executed for me. That's what is being done. Clear? The same thing actually what we have seen over there in the chain, same information only for this also. So next, we'll go for the before class. I'll copy this. Before and after class. My before class. My after class. Before class is printing. Then here I mentioned after class is printing. Then I'll import both from the TestNG annotations. Before and after class from the TestNG annotation. Then I'm going to run it. Run as TestNG test. See, before class printing, before method, test method, after method, before, after. That is before class and after class is printing only once over there. Okay. It is printed only once. Only before method will be executed for each and every test case. Next we have before test and after test over there. So I'll just do the same thing. Instead of before class, that should be before test and then after test. Import it again from the TestNG annotation. Now if I same thing, if I run it, same thing, before test is first printed, then before class, then after that as usual, and then your after class, after test. That is before you, this test also will be executed only once, but it will be executed at the beginning before the before and after class over there. Then before suit, this should be suit. So now if you run it, before suit, before test, before class. Then after that, your before test, before method, test method, after method. Then your before method, test method, after method. That is, before suit first will be executed always. Then your before test, then your before class. After that only other informations will be executed. Clear? Anyone has any questions on this? Let me know. Anyone has any questions? Everyone is clear about this execution status. So before suit, test, and then before suit, before test, before class will be executed only once at the beginning. Only before method will be executed for each and every test case. That's what here. Okay. Then another information. So we have got some initialization error in the JUnit. So that is, if you make your test, all those things are static, that will give you what? Initialization error. Same thing we'll try it over here. Here do we get any initialization error? So what I'm doing is, for the test and for the before method and for the before class and then for the before test and for the before suit, for everything I'm making it as static right now. Then I'm going to run it. So it has not given me any error. Getting? So here there is no need to follow anything. This one should be static, this one should be non-static, like that. So it works for everything. Okay. Only in JUnit you should follow that actually what everything should be non-static. Only the before class should be static. But here it is not like that. Okay. So another information here, will it accept arguments? We'll see. When I run it. So now it has thrown me some error over the TestNG exception. If I go to this method one, requires one parameter, but it was 0 were supplied in the test annotation. Method one requires one parameters, but 0 were supplied in the test annotations over there. So here from your side, actually what I'm having the information. So if I utilize it over here, will that work? No, again error. So we cannot pass the parameters in the test case. So this is not again possible. Okay, apart from that, what we have seen actually, what this should not be public, or that is actually, if it is not public, it will throw me an error over there. Same thing I'm going to try it over there. Remove from everything. So now any errors is being thrown. So no errors, everything is success. Okay, here there is no need to follow anything. Clear? Any questions for anyone, guys? Anyone has any questions? Okay, so now here in the test case level, method 1, method 2, method 3 are executed sequentially. So, but there is no actually what I have given this 1, 2, 3. That's why it's been executed. If I give login, create customer, like that, different test case names, what will happen? That will not be executed properly for me. So how to handle this one? Okay, this can be handled by directly in our Selenium. So how it can be done means so simple. So here we have an option here called priority. Okay, it starts from 0 to 1. See, I can give an information over here. Okay, these things, instead of having it over here, so I'll explain it over here so that will be easy for you guys. I'll rename it. TestNG priority. Just give it. Okay. So now if I run it, see, right click, run as TestNG test. See right now. Okay, right now I'll just comment this. Right now, see, this is 0, this is 1. So login app should be executed first. See, login app, then finally testing app. Okay, see here, login app and testing app, that will be executed. So if I have one more test case, logout app. So this one 0 and 1, and then this one if I give it as 2. So what will happen? Logout app will be executed finally. It starts with index location 0, 1 and 2. See, login, test app, and then logout app. So that's how we can give the priority, and then we can give an information that which test case to be executed first. And then we have another option here. So if I give enabled is equal to false. Okay, see now when I run it, what happens? Login app, logout app is executed. Can you see? But test app is not executed. That will not come here also. That means based on this enabled information, I can make sure that actually whether that to be executed or not. So if I make it as true, can you see? Now everything is executed. If I make it as false, that test case will not be executed for me. That's a condition here. Clear? If I make it as false, that test case cannot be executed. So I'll give it the rename for this case as priority and then enable. Clear? Clear for everyone? Anyone has any questions? Okay, so one more thing. So we have to check for the verification and validation. So for all those things, we can use the asset. This asset comes from the TestNG. Okay, asset.asset true. When here I'm going to give a condition. If 6 is greater than 15, that means what will happen from my side if it is greater than 15 over there. So what will happen? That is, it's going to check for asset true. So right click. 6 is greater than 15? No. So now what happened? It has been thrown me and it has not, sorry, I need to make it as true. See, now login app, testing app, and then this error occurred is there now. So that one, if you see, here it has given. Expected was true, but it was found as false. Okay, I'm expecting a true condition here. But what is the 6 is greater than 15? No, it's a false condition. So that time it will be throwing me an error as error occurred. As what is the information I given here? See, expected was true, but it was found as false over there. That's what it has been given. So if I come to here, it would have been printed here. Error occurred. Expected was true, but it was found as false over there. So what is that I have given over there? That will be printed. See, if I give error occurred 1, 2, 3. Error occurred 1, 2, 3. That is actually what it's for me easy understanding actually what might be the problem. So if I go to the report, it will tell me in which line number the error was there. So if I double click on this, so expected was true, but it was false over there. Okay, then if I want to go to that line over there, so the last, if you click on it, that will go to the line number. Clear? This is how it will work. Okay, same thing if it is actually what 16 greater than 15. Right click, run as TestNG test. Now everything is success. There is no failures. If it is 6, now the error will be thrown. Clear? That's an 8. Okay. So we'll make it as false as false, so that this will not be executed. So this is actually what to mention whether this should be executed or not. Okay, so now next we have seen about actually the priority and then how to make whether the test case to be executed or not through help of enabled, and then to how to give the assertions. So next, so anyone has any questions till now? Can I go to the next one? Now we'll see about the usage of throw, new, skip exception. Okay, that is actually what usage of throw and throws. Okay, so we have seen actually what how to use the actually what throws and then try catch block. So throw is what means explicitly I want to throw one error. How to utilize that one? That's what. Okay, so copy this. I'll rename. TestNG throw and assertions. So here, right now what I'm doing over here is, so from my side, here this is my test case. Okay, so public void test news something. So what it's going to give, first execute test from test news. So always before executing my test case, if I have anything related to before, might be test or class or method, that will be executed. So here we have before test. So what is that here means? Okay, from my side, first before test will be executed. So usually what we will do here. So from my side, if I have the throw, new, skip exception, the before test level or test level, what will happen? That respective level of test cases will not be executed. Okay, see, right now I am a throw, new, skip exception in the test case. Okay, so first what will happen? Before test will be executed. Executing before test from Yahoo test. After that, we don't have any lines to execute. Then comes to the test. Executing test from test news. If 11 is greater than 5, yes. Now what will happen? Throw, new, skip exception. Now what will happen? This will throw an exception, skipping the test, and then remaining lines will not be executed for me. Then comes to the second test, executing test news 2. So on right click, run as TestNG test. So see, this has been skipped. It's not an error, it has been skipped over there. Can you see the count of skipped has been 1. Passed is 1, skipped is 1, because this one is passed, this one is skipped. So if I click on it, it has been given skipping that test, because that's the information I given here. Console level, if you see, executing before test, then after that executing test from test news, then here it has been skipped over there, this line. Then after that comes to the next test, executing test news 2. Clear? So number of passed is 1, number of skipped is 1. So now in case, why it has been used, all those things also I'll tell you. Hi, we are not using error collection, but we can capture errors in. Yes, this is TestNG. TestNG will capture everything without error collector or all those things. Okay, only in JUnit we have the error collector. Okay, yeah. Sure, Srinivas, I'll explain one more time. Shiva, you understood error collector is there only for JUnit, not for TestNG. Yeah. So right now we are going to use the help of the throw, new, skip exception. So what is the usage of the throw, new, skip exception in real time? So for example, right now I'm executing my test case. So I'm trying to create a customer. Okay. So in one point I need to validate whether actually what the customer has some informations. But what is the done with? So from my side, actually, what is the problem right now means? So the customer has not created properly. Okay, that is the customer creation only got failed. So now, will that be proper for me to execute the other test cases? No. So what I will do from my side, when the customer is not created, I will go to the catch block and then I will have some variables or something like that. That is, I'll make it as true or false. That is, customer is not created, I'll make it as false. Then the next test case, when it's want to create a project, I need to check whether actually what the customer is created. So if the customer is created, I will check whether that variable, whether it is true or false. If it is true, then only actually what I will create the project. Otherwise, for sure, I know that actually what from my side, the project will not be created because customer only is not there. How the project will be created. So that information I will have it over there in my test case as a if else condition. So what will happen in this condition, I'll be checking whether the customer is created by pointing to some variable, whether it is true or false. If it is true, what will happen from my side? Sorry, if it is false, what will happen? I'll come here and then I'll give an information, throw new skip exception, customer not created for this project. I will just give it. Now what will happen? When I come over here, I'll come to know what was the problem. Skipped is because the customer was not created. Okay, so like that, I'll check whether why the customer is not created, all those things, and then I'll debug and then clear the problem. Then I'll run it. Clear? Like that. That is, remaining lines of the program I don't want to execute, because executing this remaining lines is of no use, because anyway for sure I know that actually what is going to fail. That's why I'm trying to skip it over here. The same thing, login only not happened for me. So when the login only is not been done, what we can do over there means in the before test itself. So here only I can skip it. See, if I add the throw new skip exception at this point of time, right click, run as TestNG test. Okay, right click, run as TestNG test. So here what will happen right now for me, the test cases are not executed. Executing before test from Yahoo, that is the only thing executed. None of the test cases executed. If I come, see, no test cases are being executed. All the informations are skipped. The before test and then my two test cases both are skipped over there. So if I see skipping the test, that's what. Okay, login only has not happened means in the before test level or before class level itself, I can skip it. So that none of the test cases will be executed for me. That's the information. Clear, guys? Anyone has any questions on this?
So Murali, you're saying that whenever there is an error, you
Yeah.
see, then you throw this skip exception, right?
Correct. That is, whenever error means actually what it's like from my side, I'm going to use it. So I will be checking for some conditions.
You can check it. Okay.
Based on the condition, I'll be skipping it over there. For this test case, what is necessary needed? For example, creating a project. For that, creating a project for a customer. If that customer is created, then only this test case will be success. Correct? So like that, here I'll be checking whether the customer is created or not, like those information. Based on that, from my side, I will validate, do I need to throw the exception or I do need to continue on this place. That's what I will do. Clear?
Okay, clear.
That's what we will do. So now we'll go for the assertions. So now 3 is greater than 5, no. So this will execute these point. So now I'll run this. So these are the assertions we will be using. We will check for equals, it is true or it is false. Like these things we'll be checking. Equals, validating two strings over there, whether it is matching or not. So now what will happen right now? 1 to 3 is equal to 1 to 3, yes. So that's why actually what, it will not throw me any error here. Executing before from Yahoo test, then after that executing test from Yahoo test, then after that it prints hi, then after that assert dot assert equals 1 to 3 comma 1 to 3, yes it is equal, so does not throw me an error. Assert dot assert true, expecting for a true. 10 is greater than 15, no, it is an error, so it will print me error occurred. So if I come over here in the exception, error occurred because expected was true but it was found as false over there. So the line number, if you see, so see, this is the place, line number 28. When I click on it, it will go here. Same thing if I come to the result, directly also can see expected was true. If I double click on it, it will go to this place, true it was false. So the last line number, this is the place where I got the error. So now I'll make it as true. 1 is greater than 50, sorry, 20 is greater than 15? Yes. Now when I run it, now next time, this is success. 16 is greater than 10? Yes, it is true, but expected was false. Now also again an error will be thrown. See, error message. Expected was false, but it was found as true. So I can expect for a true, or else I expect for a false. So the line number is this one. Yes, Srinivas.
Here it should throw a skip exception, right?
No skip exception. Only if I utilize this line, throw new skip exception, if I use, then only it will be skipping the test case. That means remaining test cases will not, remaining lines of the test case will not be executed. Assertion is to throw an error.
Okay.
Clear? Any questions?
No.
Okay. So this is for throw new skip exception. This is for assertion. Okay, na? Clear for everyone, guys? Can I go to the next one? Okay, so the same thing we'll try it in this program. Okay, so I'll explain this program. Okay, I'll make you guys to explain this better. Magesh, can you explain me this program?
Yeah, hi, Mani.
Yeah, Magesh.
Oh, first, before shoot. It starts from before shoot. Hello.
Hello. Oh, sorry. I was on mute. Sorry. These three names, what's doing?
That involved
Okay, what is my class name?
class name is Yahoo Test.
Correct. Then what is this?
This is we are passing the local variables. This is not.
Yeah, this is a global variable Boolean. Okay.
Okay.
Global Boolean type variable. Okay, is login is equal to true. Okay. You guys are understanding or you're feeling tough? What is this? Okay, it's a global Boolean type variable. The variable name is login. Value stored is true. Okay. Then here,
Boolean check login.
what is that?
Return is login. For that.
Makish, you're not clear. You're saying something, but I'm not able to understand. Make it clear.
It's Boolean check login, and here it returns is login.
Okay, Boolean check login is what, constructor or it's a variable or what is that? You have to say that one now.
Okay. It is constructor.
No. Okay. Okay, I'll check with someone else. Srinivas, can you tell me what is this? Can you
it's a
explain?
method, Murli.
Can first one?
It's a variable, global variable. The public Boolean check login. It's a method.
Okay.
We are returning is login variable.
Why you're returning is login?
Is login. I mean, it's a public Boolean check login, right?
Correct. The return type is Boolean. That's why.
Return type is Boolean, so that's the reason it's is login we are returning.
You have to return true or false. Okay, guys,
Yes.
these are all very basic. If you're not understanding these things, it's really tough that it's actually from your side, you have to practice a lot. Okay, make sure you guys have practicing the assignments and all those things. If you're not practicing for sure, still now, what are the things you have understood? Everything for sure it's gone case. Okay, make sure everyone practice my assignments, everything. Okay, next.
It's a test case.
Okay.
Public void, it doesn't have any return type. So public void, it's a method. It's a test case.
It's not a test case.
Okay.
It's a before suit. Test case means it should have @test.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
It's a before suit and initialize a name. It's the name of that suit before suit name.
Yes.
You're
Correct.
printing is the pursuit from Yahoo test.
Okay.
Here you are checking condition.
Okay.
If check login equal to true,
Okay.
no new skip exception.
So now what is this check login? It will go and call me this method.
Yes.
Okay. So now what this check login, this method will return?
True.
True. So now what happened? Expected also it was
True. Yeah.
So will this line will be executed?
Yes.
Yes. So in the before suit level, if you have the skip exception, what will happen? None of the informations will be executed for me because that's what we have saw on in the
Yeah.
before level before we had. So now if I run this, okay, just a second. Yeah. Thanks, Srinivas.
Yeah.
Thank you. The green factor, this one. So now if I run it, so if you see, before suit has been executed. Okay, after that, nothing has been executed for me. If I come over here, everything has been skipped. All the 12 information has been skipped for me. That's the thing. So same thing, if it is actually from my side, if this is false. So now what happens right now for me? The before suit is executed, then before test. So comes to the before test. Then prints me because after the suit test will before test will execute. After that actually what before class. So in before test from Yahoo test that has been executed. Then after the before class, in before class from Yahoo test that has been executed. Okay. So then okay, I'll run this one more time. Okay. Then before class has been executed for me. Then after that my before method. In before method from Yahoo test, then open browser from Yahoo test that has been executed. Then my test case. So here do we have priority? No, we don't have any priority over here. So first actually what test receive mail has been executed. Testing receive email that has been executed. If 1 is equal to 1, yes. 1 is equal to 1. Here thrown you skip exception, skipping that test. So then remaining lines after throw skip exception that will not be executed. Now after method will be executed. In after method, then close browser from Yahoo test. Same thing, this test case should be thrown as skipped, skipping the test. Okay. So then close browser from Yahoo test. Then next again what will happen? Before method will be executed. Before method, then open browser from Yahoo method. Then next this test case testing sending email. Yes. Then after method close browser. Then after class, then your after test closing connection. Then finally your after suit is there, na? That also will be executed. If I come down, after suit initialize Selenium. So that informations will be executed here. Clear? Anyone has any questions on this? Anyone has any questions? So this is how this execution will be done. So after suit I was having 2 times, so that's why it has been executed twice. Okay, usually it's like only one after suit we used to have. We will not have multiple before suit, after suit, only once. So it's like for a, if you have it twice, what will happen? So for that only, it will execute twice. So if I come to the result level, this is success, this is skipped, one is skipped over there. Same thing right now, instead of the before suit, if I have it over there in the before test level, what will happen right now for me? Only before class and before suit and then before test will be executed. See, before suit, before test, and then everything will be skipped. Same thing instead of before test, if I have it over there in the before class level, now what? Only till before class would have been executed. This is it. Same thing if I have it over there in the before method level, only till before method that will be executed. Sorry. After throw new skip exception, you should not have anything. That is important. Only always you should be as the last line number. That is important. Always throw new skip exception should be the last line. See, till before method. That is only has been executed for me. Okay. So test case alone, the test case alone will be skipped over there. Clear? This is how the throw new skip exception, and then after that we will be utilizing it over there. Okay. Any questions, guys, for anyone on this? Any questions for anyone? So next we will see how to handle multiple parameters. Sorry, that is multiple data set. So how to utilize that? That's what we're going to see next. So data provider, I'm hard coding it over there, hard coding, and then I'm going to send it here. So I'll refactory name, data provider, hard coded. That is actually we have it over there in the class level itself. So I have one test case here. Okay, two test cases I have over here. So here I'll be giving an information data provider equal to register data. So data provider is actually what is like it's parameterization in TestNG. Okay. So data provider is actually what is used for like a parameterization here, that is to send multiple set of data. So always the test case will have here what is my data provider here. So there we use constructors like that a complex level, but in TestNG it's so simple. So for every test case, I can have multiple data provider methods here. See, this is one method which is return type is object 2-dimensional array. The method name is register data. So how I will know that actually this method is going to set multiple set of data? If I have the annotation @data provider, now what will happen right now? So this will be method name is register data. Which test case is going to use that name? Register data provider to register data means, so the data set which we are going to pass it over here, that will be passed to this test case. That's it. Okay. Then I'm having my priority whether zeros or one, all those things. Okay. So now my test case here, I'm just going to give here my information. So right now, how many data set I'm going to pass here? So username, password, email, and city. Same thing in the test case, I should accept here my information. So before it was throwing me an information over the error, na? Because I was not having the data provider. Now I'm passing the data provider here. That's why actually what it's not giving me any error. So string username, password, string email, string city. So totally 4 information: username, password, email, and city. That is what I'm passing here. Okay. So test register. So test register to username, password, email, and then city. So I passed. Okay. So here in the data provider, if you seeing, object is a return type, 2-dimensional array, then register data method, then object data is equal to new object 3 of 4. That means what? 3 rows, 4 columns, 3 rows and 4 columns. Data of 0 of 0. So user 1 RD, password 1 RD, email 1 RD, city 1 RD, 00010203. Okay, so please in the username, password, email, and city. Then user, password, email, and city, the next one. Then third one. So totally 3 set of data with 4 data set. Okay, so then now what will happen? That information will be passed over through this data. So 0001, the same thing in 2-dimensional. How I will do that? The same information is what I'm having here. Now this data will have this entire information. Then next we have the next data provider. This is having user 1 RD1 user. Same thing. Here also has actually got 3 data set with 4 set of parameters. Okay, 3 of 4. So that means actually what? So 3 rows, 4 columns over there. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, so we have the information. So that will be passed. Okay, so now if I run the test case, okay, right click, run as TestNG test. So if you see here, first what will happen right now for me? The priority 0 test case is what? 0. Okay, so this test case will be executed. So first test register 1, user 1. So before this executing, my data provider should be executed. Why? Because the data provider is the one which is having the values for these things. So what is the data provider information is? Test register data 1. So this will be executed first. Register data 1 method. Then for me, it gets all the information getting out from data provider. Then next, the data 1 will be passed to this place. To this place. Okay. Then we have 4 set of parameters accepting. So we have that will be taken. Then after that, it will be printing system.println test register 1. So first set of data is what? User 1 RD1. See, user 1 RD1, password 1, all those things. Then test register 1, user 2 RD. So all the 3 things have been first loaded. Then next what? Right now for me, it's been executed. Then now what will happen? The second test case will start to execute. Before that, what will happen? What is the data provider? Is register data. So the register data method that will be executed. Then gets me all the values getting out from the data provider. Then finally, what that test case will start to execute for me. Test register to these 3 things that will be executed. Clear? So that's how it will be executed for me. Then finally, actually what gives me the result. So here if you see, so totally how many times we have executed these test cases? This test case for 3 times, this test case for 3 times. So test register 1, register 1, register 1, register, register, register. So here if I see my values that we passed over there, that information will be given here. Okay, the parameter values will be given. Any questions for anyone on the data provider? Okay, so I'll just give a small recap. So the test case will have the data provider information. So based on that priority, that test case will start to execute. And then before executing the test case, it will check whether do we have any data provider. Yes, we have the data provider. Then what will happen? It goes to the data provider method. So register data 1. It goes to the data provider method. So at the rate data provider represent the actual one. This is my data provider. Then that data provider will be executed first. So we have a 2-dimensional object array so that we can accept string, any data type, string, integer, double, or anything. So that's why I'm having. I can also have it as string also here. So according to my usage, we are used here. Okay. So then I'm accessing all the information and finally I'm returning the value because the return type is object 2-dimensional array. So that has been written. Then that two-dimensional array that will be given over through this test case. So make sure that what are the columns we have, the same thing we should have it over here also. That 4 things. Then after that, test register one username, password, email, and then the column. We have that information. Okay, so that will be executed for 3 times. Then next, what goes to the priority 1 test case. Then what is the data provider? Register data. So that will be taken the information, and now that will be executed. So this will be executed for me. Clear? This is how the execution will happen. Any questions for anyone? Everyone understood? I just want you to give me the chat window as yes if you have understood it. I want from everyone.
Murali, Sandeep here. Can you just tell me the register the data provider concept again? I mean, what is like data provider is what a method you're creating? Oh, what?
That is, there are 2 test cases here. Can you see?
Okay.
So that is, this test case will have some set of data. This test case will have some set of data.
Where are you fetching the data? It's just that has the data. Is it like, I mean?
No. I'll tell you. That is, this will accept some set of data. For example, this one actually what for login to my application. Okay.
Okay.
This one for creating my customer.
Okay.
So for login actually what it will have different set of data. Correct?
Okay.
Same thing for create customer test case, that will have different set of data. Okay.
Okay.
So number of columns might be different.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Parameters, like those things will come. Okay. So
okay.
now for each and every test case, I should have my data set. Where I'm having the data set means, okay, here I have one method, public object 2-dimensional is the return type, and this is the method name. Okay. So this one is what's going to happen over there means this is the place where I'm going to pitch the data. Okay, so here I'm passing my data information. So user 1, password 1, email 1, and city 1. Okay, same thing I'll have for everything. Okay, this is the place I will have my data information. Clear?
Yeah.
So this this information is what needed for me for this test case. For my create customer or for login over there. So how I will know that actually what this is the one I need to call? That is what here I'm giving the data provider equal to register data 1. This method name. Okay.
Okay.
So based on that, that will go and call me before executing the test case. This will go and call me because for executing this test case, I need these set of values. Correct?
Okay.
So where these values are is been present in the data provider register data 1 method, correct?
Okay.
So first it will go and execute me this information and fetch all the information over there here.
Okay.
And that will be returned to this test case. Okay.
Okay.
Now what will happen? That will be returned to this test case. Then that will be passed to these places. That is 4 times. We have 3 set of data. So 3 times this test case will be executed. First time, first set of value. Second time, second set of value. Third time, third set of value. That test case will be executed.
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Okay. And based on priority, this one was executed. Next, what will happen? Based on priority, this second test case will execute. Correct? Now, when executing this one, what is the data provider for this one? Registered data. So, which data provider is matching this test, this method? Now, what will happen? It will fetch all the information from here and finally returns that information to this test case based on the number of totally 3 times it should execute. Based on that, it's going to execute. Clear?
Yeah.
Anyone has any questions, guys? Anyone has any questions, guys? Okay. Just give me the chat window. Everyone, have you understood? Prajna, Magesh, Suchi, Srinivas, Srinivas, you said yes, you understood. Okay. Sandeep, you understood. Okay, cool. Shobha, you understood. Okay, cool. Ranjani, oh, you came in the middle of the session. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, guys. So this is about data provider. This is like hard coded. We pass it over there from the code level. Next one, I want my test case to be forwarded from an Excel sheet. How to do that? So we'll have that. So simple. The data provider is then, that's the only place where I need to change it. So what is that I need to do? So we know how to read and write from the Excel sheet, correct? Same thing. So this test case will remain same, which is going to accept the data provider. The data provider here is in, here I'm going to give name equal to registered data. So here also I can give name, or else this can be some name, and then I want specifically to take this one, means here I can give a name for the data provider here. That is also possible. So in the TestNG, lot of informations are available for us. So here I'm going to give the data provider name. Based on that calling will happen. Okay. So first, register data method. So here also what? It's a two-dimensional object array is a return type. So file input stream, I'm going to get the Excel sheet information. So where in the D drive, I have Excel learning. So this is mine. Okay, this is what I'm going to get it. Okay, Excel learning. So I have my workbook factory. Then this is a sheet. Okay, workbook factory dot create and then get the sheet. So what is the sheet name over here is new designation. So new designation is the sheet name. Then after that, sheet dot get last row number. So now it will get me the last row number information. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is my last row number based on index. So that will be captured here. Then if I want to get the column count is get row of 0, get last cell number, get row of 0. So that is in the 0th row, last number 1, 2, 3. Based on numbers, this will get 3 is my number. Okay. So then I'm going to give here string input, new string, row count, column count. So what is going to happen right now? 4 of 3. So that is 4 rows, 3 columns will be created for me right now. Then based on that, I'm going to run the loop. So int I is equal to 1. I'm starting it from 1. Why? Because I don't want this step. So that's why I want to start it from these places only. So first row. Okay. So that's why I'm going to give here actually what? The same information over here. Okay. So first row, I is less than or equal to row count. What is my row count right now is 4. Okay. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 less than or equal to 4. So till 4 it will be running. 1, 2, 3, 4 it will be running. Then I plus plus. For int j is equal to 0, j is less than column count. So that means 0 it starts. So less than column count. So that means 0, 1, 2. Okay. So that's why less than column count. 0, 1, 2 there. Then after that, row is equal to sheet dot get row of I. What is my I value at the beginning? It's 1. And then right now what will happen? This will take here this row. That will be stored. Then cell row dot get cell of 0 at initially 0. Now what will happen? Murali will be taken. That will be stored here. Then cell dot get string cell value. That I'm storing it over here. Input I minus 1 j. What is my I value right now? That is 1. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. 0 of 0. In that, so what is that one? That is my two-dimensional array. Okay. Input I minus 1 of j. So 0 of 0. In that Murli is being stored here. Okay. That is I am converted to a string value. Then I am storing it over here because it's accepting a string variable. Then next I am just printing it. Then next, this j value will be incremented to 1. Then after that gets me the QA lead. Then 0 of 1. QA lead will be stored. Then next J value will be 2. Then Cisco will be stored. Then J value will become as 3. 3 is less than 3. No comes out of it. Then I value will be incremented to 2. Okay. Then J value will be 0. So second row 0. So now what will happen right now? So first row 0th column. So now what will happen? Sanjana. Then after that next time, sorry. Next time what will happen? QA engineer. Next time 12 December 15, like that. So all these 4 informations will be read and then that will be stored here. Then finally right now what prints this?
Murli?
Yeah, Prajna.
In the place of input, you're giving I minus 1. Anyhow, you're initializing I from 1 only. So why I minus 1 is required? Because it will be starting from the first row only.
Actually, from our side, the 2-dimensional array, it's values will be stored in 0th index location. Okay, so that's why.
Yeah, that I got it. But here you are starting with like for loop, you are starting I is equal to 1.
Yeah, 1.
Same I.
Tell me.
Yeah, same I you cannot put I and Z is equal to cell get string like that.
The thing is, I value is what? 1. 1 minus 1 will be what? 0.
0. Okay.
J is what? 0. So from my side, it will be stored like this. So the 2-dimensional array is what? How it will be there? So it is like this. So for my side, it's actually what? What is my row count is 4. Column count is what? 3. Correct? So less than or equal to. So I value is 1 over there. J value is 0 here. So now what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be running. Okay. So totally 4 times the outer loop will run. And then from my inner loop is what? 0, 1, 2. Getting? Okay, that's how. So this will run for 4 times. This will run for 3 times. So why it is runs for 4 times right now? The first header I don't need. That's why here I am giving it as 1. Otherwise here I would have given as 0. Okay. So that's why it will read from this place. So here what I'm doing, I'm giving information first 0, 0. So it will be first actually it will be like input of 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, I'll just give it. Input of 0, 0. Then next is input of 0, 1. Then input of 0, 2. Okay, that's what. Then after the next what? Next I said it will start. Input of 1, 0. Input of 1, 1. Then input of 1, 2. Input of 2, 0. 2, 1. 2, 2. Okay. Then finally from my side, 3, 1. 3, 2. 3, 3. This is how it will work. Clear? Based on this informations will be stored. So 0th of 0 like that. Now what will happen? It goes and fetch me all the information and then it will be stored. So while taking the information, it takes the information from there and then after that everything has been stored over here. So here what? The place where it has been going to fetch from the Excel sheet. This is the place where it's going to store it over there in the object array. Sheet dot get row of I. So what is the get row of I right now? I value is what? 1. So 0, 1. Then in that get cell of J, that is what? 0. So 0. Murli will be stored. Like that, it goes and then gets the information here. Clear for everyone? Any questions for anyone? Understood, Prajna, your question?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So based on this, my informations are fetched and then we got it over there in the input. Then that one will be passed over here. Okay. Then that will be printed to me here. So here from my side, I should know actually what are the things I'm passing. So name, designation, company. Okay. Based on that informations will be taken and then given to me. If I give run as, it prints me all the information. See, Murali, QA lead Cisco, Sanjana, Rishi, Kadir. These informations are being printed for me here. Getting? Same thing if I come over here. See, all those informations we have got it. Total number of runs are 4 because 4 set of data we have run 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we got. Clear? Any questions for anyone, guys? Any questions for anyone? So this is about the data provider. Okay, so tomorrow I'll show you about a little bit information about groups. Okay, then after that we can start with the our side actually what JUnit and then the TestNG and then we'll go with the frameworks. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, guys. So I'll forward these informations to you. So tomorrow we'll again connect by 7 o'clock. Thank you. Thanks, guys.